floral nut. I really like a lot of florals, and this is probably not a floral abstract, but
No.
it certainly reminds me of a beautiful potted flower, especially then the colors in the frame. But tell us exactly what it is, please.
It's a surreal painting. It's called Lizards in the City, and what about the doodle bugs?
Wow.
Which is an unusual title, I know, but in my doodling, scribbling, I drew this and then turned it into a painting. And then the tree-like structures are really lizards, and the lizards are as tall as trees.
Wow.
And my connotation on this is that no matter how much concrete we put in our cities, it's amazing to me how our common green lizard can flourish as well as it does. In fact, there's probably never a time I can go in my backyard where there's not a green lizard darting across our paving or our fence. And then the shapes on the lower left, kind of odd-looking grayish-brown shapes, those are odd forms that are doodle bugs. And the part that amazes me about doodle bugs is that I used to see so many of them as a young child playing in the dirt, but I'm an avid gardener, and I don't see any more doodle bugs anymore.
Two things in my history that I concur with, that I miss and remember as a child. One, exactly, because we would love the fascination as soon as you're touching a doodle bug, that it would fold up like into its shell and make a beautiful round little circle. So it's so cool. It was like, I guess, I'm sure it was an instantaneous reaction, a defense mechanism.
You could turn over any brick, any rock, along any edge of the grass, and there would be a doodle bug.
And the other thing in the evening was the lightning bugs. We used to be able to catch as children and all, because again we had more wooded areas or more grassy areas, so not every lot was taken with a facility, a business, or a home. But they are two things that I think, once again, if you're a child growing up, you might not know about in today's world. So interesting throwback. And I'm just fascinated by this because
this one's also done in Cassine, and since it was a surreal picture, I wanted to frame it myself to just emphasize that it's kind of humorous, but it's also serious. So I picked out the frames, and the frame is kind of a really super bright gold.
Right.
The background on the painting is more like greenish gold, but this gold is more of a reddish gold. But I thought it was a little bit gaudy, but still a little bit classy, and I thought it just went really well with the painting.
I totally agree, and I noticed that right away, that you weren't trying to, again, coordinate the colors. You were really showing for the contrast, and I think it really works well. And then the centerpiece, just to me, continues the trail like an insect trail, that's separating, adding more color and contrast. Anyway, I'm fascinated. I would never have seen this to be, especially the insects, because I'm seeing, not that insects aren't attractive, but I just see these as really...
There's a house in the middle with some roofs above it.
I see it.
There's a little dog, too, right in the middle.
Right in the middle, huh? Yeah, I thought that's what it was. So really fascinating. I think and what was the title? Did we have a title on this one?
Lizards in the City, and what about the doodle bugs?
What about the doodle? And once again, the approximate size?
This is about 2.5 feet across and 3 feet tall.